to Richmond International Raceway. Looking forward to a great weekend of racing here and a race weekend with no rain, we hope. We'll go ahead and kick off our driver availability this morning with Kevin Harvick, driver of the number 29 Budweiser Chevrolet. Kevin currently sits 6th in points with 3 wins this season, already secured a spot in the chase. Just talk a little bit about coming into Richmond this weekend.
Well, this has been a great racetrack for us, and I think as we come here off of a good run last week, hopefully this keeps the momentum going heading into the last 10. So ready to race and ready to kind of get out and get on the racetrack and get the weekend going.
Okay, we'll open it up for questions for Kevin. Please raise your hand. We'll get a wireless mic to you. Please state your name and affiliation. We'll start over here with Woody.
Woody came with MRN. Kevin, in light of the announcement about the merging the nationwide program with RCR, what does that mean for your truck program, and what kinds of factors are you considering in making a decision there?
Yeah, there's nothing to announce today, but the one thing I can tell you, there will be no trucks that run out of KHI. But as far as what happens with the truck teams, that'll come in the weeks to come.
Okay, we'll take our next question from Bob.
Can you explain why you made the decision on the nationwide and the trucks, and also do you have any comment on the David Hyder lawsuit against KHI?
Yeah, I don't have any comments. We don't, obviously, unfortunately, in today's day and age, lawsuits are a part of business, but, I don't have any specific comments on that. There's a lot of factors that went into a lot of the decisions that were made. And I think as you look over time, I think as you look at the Cup car and you look at the sponsors on the car and you look at the sponsorship that we currently had acquired in the nationwide stuff, sponsorship was there and still there on both cars as we merged the two teams. But I think when you look back, when RCR decided not to run the nationwide cars, the cars were different. And as the cars have migrated back to the same chassis, a lot of the same tires, a lot of the same, things, components and things on the cars, it makes more sense from a performance standpoint for us to put them back at RCR to utilize the pieces. The technical inspections have become extremely difficult for a standalone team to not make all the things right, to make the things right that need to be right in order to keep up with the Cup teams, you have to be in a Cup shop. And that's just the unfortunate part about where we are with the processes and things that come with the nationwide cars. So from a performance standpoint, I feel like we will be better with the Cup people and technology and things in the shop. And in return, that gives... obviously, Delaney and I will still be involved in the teams and working through a lot of processes to take the best groups of the two people at RCR and KHI and put them together and make better race teams from the Cup side, from the nationwide side. The reason that the truck program is really it's just a tough model business wise, and we've scrimped and scraped and got the sponsorship and things that you need, and GM's been a great supporter of everything that we've done. But from a business standpoint, it's sometimes you just have to make the decisions as to what you want to do, and for us it just didn't make sense. And so in return on all those decisions, still being involved with everything at RCR to allow me to spend more time with my Cup team takes an extreme amount of pressure off of me as a driver and an owner, and I think when you look at the personal time that we get back from Delaney and I's standpoint, it's just a tremendous amount of time. So there's way more positives to the whole thing than there are negatives, and we're really looking forward to experiencing all those things. So it's been a lot of work. Obviously, everybody got to see exactly what was happening Wednesday. It took us until 4:15 to get everything done, and it's been months in the process, and I think it's going to be a good thing. So hopefully the nationwide team's there. We'll get the sponsorship done. I think we have 7 or 8 races left to sell on the 2 cars, which is for September and in this day and age is a great place to be in, and we can work hard on getting Austin's car funded to where it needs to be.
Okay, we'll take our next question from Lee, then go to Jim, Jeff, and Dustin.
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. If an organization like KHI can't make it in trucks, what does that say for the series? Because you guys, I mean, you put your heart and soul into it. You knew racing, just as well or better than anybody. You did have sponsorship, to some degree. What does that mean for, everybody else who is just, quite not at the KHI level?
I think when you look at the expectations that we put on a company to race, it obviously costs us, RCR, costs us more to race the vehicles and probably some of the other people with no overhead. The Truck Series is a great series. It's a lot of fun. I'd love to continue driving some races in the Truck Series as we move forward. So, it's just a point where we felt like we needed to make some decisions from a business standpoint, and these are the decisions that Delana and I made, and Fred and Josh and everybody involved has done a great job of taking the best of both worlds and making them work. So it's there was no financial issues. There was we were making it all work, but sometimes you just feel like you got to get something out of it, and we were winning races and loved to be a part of that, but in the end, it's business.
Okay, our next question we'll take from Jim.
Jim Utter, Charlotte Observer. Kevin, you just talked about that you had been planning on this on Wednesday. Was that the primary reason why you were not able to go to the White House?
That was the only reason, and it was it's been for me. I've known what's going on for months, and for me, this is as far as it could get pushed, because the most important part of the season on the Cup side is coming up, and I needed to sit here today and answer all these questions and set the record straight, and we needed to have everything done, and I needed to go into the last 10 weeks with a one track mind, and that's to run that Cup car as fast as it'll go and be a part of that team and do the things that we needed to do, and everybody from RCR was on the same page, and it feels good.
Okay, our next question we'll take from Jeff.
Jeff Gluck from SBNation.com. I mean, I hear you say it's a business decision and things like that, but in the months leading up to it, I'm sure it was probably difficult for you personally, emotionally, wrestling with it. Is this the right thing? Is this the wrong thing? Can you talk a little about how much that weighed on you in the early stages? Because, I mean, it was, it's kind of your baby in some ways, and to have to let go some control of it,
Well, it's we still wanted to be involved, and that was the hard part to figure out, is how do we still be involved in it, and to the point of having an opinion on things, and so we worked through a lot of that. And there's just a tremendous amount of moving pieces, and to get the ball rolling was that first conversation was awkward, but it really hasn't been as taxing or as crazy mentally of a decision as you would think it would be, just for the fact that you see all these positives that have bloomed out of all the conversations and all the reactions, and have been just crazy as far as the way that the rumors have kind of spun out of control, and Delana and I have just kind of sat back and just kind of laughed at a lot of them, but it's I feel like as a couple and as a group at KHI, we've made a lot of good business decisions over the course of the years, and it's gonna allow us time to explore other business opportunities as well. So there was a lot of moments that just kind of you look back on, and I don't think there really wasn't any bad moments or moments that were just gut wrenching that you had to go through. It was a relatively easy process.